People are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fanta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the Fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words, I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind! You'll pay for this! Ah!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewinne. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace.
Sigewinne?
Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigewinne... You...
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties.
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mine?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you.
What are you talking about?
Take me if you want. Let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You...
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarand. My door.
My door! That's how you should have said it. Ah, Miss Clara. My door.
Fremine... Fremine...
What's going on? What is Clarand doing here?
Work.
Bruh.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clarand while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time... well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved 2.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my...
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is... Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette.
Where is she? How...
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be...
Are you sure? You don't look...
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but... that's probably...
I'm back, everyone. Lenny! Oh. Fremine? He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette?
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to go...
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rest...
Let's ride! Off we go!
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Lenny... Lynette...
We're all here. The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine.
How do you feel? Don't push...
Traveler... the sea! There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about...
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it. Pipes... Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be? This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it? It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it. This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well. Yeah. Hip. The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction. There are traces here too. I need to keep going. The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait, what the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it. I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have...
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the...
Miss Clarande, you say?
You're still too weak for Monet. Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Cloran will stay.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come.
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with...
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out.
Thank you.
Allow me!
Excuse me!
I take it Mr. Fremonet's condition has stabilized?
Of course! I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegeween?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten? Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went, so I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work for you!
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right! Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Clorant down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Clorant could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already. That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time they—
You make a compelling case. Do you—
Yeah, Paimon really wants to—
Even if the truth may not be pleasant, follow me.
Door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Wriothesley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede. Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or— Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, what a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of—
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Huh. So there's a switch—
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one!
Go on, have a look. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, the temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater near.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already.
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising. Yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fort, and with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficient. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea. To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, let's go somewhere else. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of—
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are—
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
How about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin? Good. Saves me a bit of time. Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my tech—
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not—
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before.
How much do you know about Fontainian history? Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the Primordial Sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Seems like you're good. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Respect must be given to the will of every creature. Each fish in the ocean swims in its own direction.
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remember while I was sedated, I could still barely hear two people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the wall.
Must have been Risley and Sishwin.
Yeah, I heard one male voice and one female, so it should have been the two of them. They really...
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn...
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sijwin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Meropide.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first...
That's Arlini.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
smart.
Thanks so much. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. I don't have enough information.
The sea will engulf everyone.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father...
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. The two of you have already aided us. If you ever need anything else, though you may not share the...
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Paimon's hungry.
Oh, you've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship.
Don't underestimate the beetle. They can be some of the toughest little guys around. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Want to know what's on this beetle's diet? Sweat and tears, that's what. That's how it gets stronger. I think we can all learn something from that. Arataki numero uno ito, here in the flesh. Ha ha! Best flavor in the world? The sweet, sweet taste of victory. And that's why I've never spent a single more on any of my snacks. I've won them all fair and square. That's right. Arataki numero uno ito, here in the flesh. Ha ha! Best flavor in the world? The sweet, sweet taste of victory. And that's why I've never spent a single more on any of my snacks. I've won them all fair and square. That's right. Arataki numero uno ito, here in the flesh. Ha ha! Best flavor in the world? The sweet, sweet taste of victory. And that's why I've never spent a single more on any of my snacks. I've won them all, fair and square. That's right. Don't underestimate the beetle. They can be some of the toughest little guys around. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Want to know what's on this beetle's diet? Sweat and tears, that's what. That's how it gets stronger. I think we can all learn something from that. Best flavor in the world? The sweet, sweet taste of victory. And that's why I've never spent a single more on any of my snacks. I've won them all, fair and square. That's right. Don't underestimate the beetle. They can be some of the toughest little guys around. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Want to know what's on this beetle's diet? Sweat and tears, that's what. That's how it gets stronger. I think we can all learn something from that.
Traveler and Paimon! Over
Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwin?
Mm-hmm. And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
Huh. You're right.
What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Me too! Don't forget pie!
No problem.
So delicious. Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every day.
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
Delicious.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now?
Sijwin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister?
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well?
Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the wall. Thankfully, Clorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
You were all super considerate.
It's just what we do. Oh. Get a good night's rest, you two.
Much has happened. I'm super sleepy. Are you sleepy too? Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
What happened? Why is everyone running?
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, what? What's wrong with these people? They won't even—
They're here! Yeah, there you are! Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Laveroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. Laveroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might—
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it so—
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and—
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Oh, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you—
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette? Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House. Farina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time. Will do. You have my...
Look! There are a ton of Fatui Palais Mermonia people over there!
Are you two the Traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Nerv... Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly...
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we see this. This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent...
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked... certainly pretty impressive.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Neuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillette. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since...
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is...
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well?
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have... Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately... Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together.
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are...
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like the problem in...
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you...
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina, as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression...
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures.
Her mouth didn't stop moving, yet the words kept going. Genshin Impact.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me!
I finally got it. Oh, what is the name of that queen? Let them have cake. No, not Elizabeth. Bathory? might be wrong. I have to re-attain.
Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high!
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to...
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency...
Oh, that look in your eye.
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too, Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer. Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a...
Very well. We'll end...
Mind seeing me off, Traveler. We could use the opportunity to discuss...
Paimon's coming too!
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. They've
all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina?
Hey, what's going on?
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparation?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please?
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, It might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
I really like this shot. It's like really cool.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
Kind of a little bit sad I didn't pull for her. Well, I didn't come back to the game for her. But it was mainly because looking at her kit kind of... Excuse me for sounding small-brained again, but confused me. Yes, honestly speaking, it's not that hard to do that. Even if they just use the photos, chop a couple sections, like, let me see. The arm section right there on Lenny, and a little under the arm, and you can kind of CG the body as you bow and the head, kind of do like a little steady wave between it. Same with the others.
I'm afraid so.
Like, it's not that difficult, but sometimes they make it seem difficult.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering. You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either. I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon.
I don't like how they always say that the other Archons don't fit like Archons. But the only one that they seemed like they were okay with was Zhongli, which... hint, hint, nudge, nudge, push an agenda. Come on. And now we have the new area, which I'm pretty sure the Capitan is going to say the same thing. The only person that didn't really care was Child. Senora was annoying. Like, pretentious. bruh, she was so pretentious. If he was like, oh, I can't wait till Senor was a playable character, and she got killed off, I was like, yes! Like, I honestly hit my knees and was like, yes! What's that old meme? Yes! 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 Honestly speaking, and hear me out, I'm like, if I actually blow up on streaming, I'm going to be called the #1 Dehya hater. I already know this, so I'm going to go ahead and just take that title for myself. But, hear me out. Hear me out. Dehya should have just been a background character and not a playable character. I'm going to sit back in my chair and let that just sit.
Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves.
Yeah.
Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
So, here's my thing, and my biggest reason why I say what I say, and how I am. So, I hated Bennett, too. Like, when Bennett was pushed in every team guide I ever saw, God, I hated it. Like, praise the sun god, bring down the moon levels of hate.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue
mainly because,
to evolve,
like, every team was
as
like,
your
oh,
name is often
everybody was like,
connected with
oh,
noble deeds,
Bennett would work.
I'm sure
Bennett
we will
would
work together
Bennett would
someday.
work. Don't do this with Bennett. Build him like this. It's a game, people. Calm down. But at the same time, I cannot deny how useful he was. It's undeniable how useful he was. I don't hate the meta. Hold on. I don't hate the meta. I hate how they drop characters after the so-called meta characters. Because every character that's come out after Bennett that does an attack buff, put him on your team like he was the go-to. Yes, everybody was like that. Put him on your team. He's the #1 option for attack buffs and all of that. And I was just like, bro, you guys not noticing compared to other mobile games I've ever played. This game is more like centered around reactions. All you need is the reaction, but Bennett is just an attack buffer. Yes, for that main attacker, boom, Bennett. But you have him as a support or sub-support, your support, shielder / sub DPS, and then your DPS. That's your 4-man team. Or you can just drop that sub DPS or shielder and just put in a flex spot, aka throw in anybody. Then you have your 3-man team and just some random character that you got there as a meat shield half the time. I have no problem with that. What I had a problem with was that immediately after him, who was it? Let me get done with this, because I do want to go through that, because it just seemed like Genshin slowly started making worse and worse characters. And I don't mean like, oh, the next 4-star got to be better than him. Bennett's secretly a Pyro Archon, man. Like, he's literally the Pyro Archon. Outside of him, what is her name? Zhanling? She's the Spear Archon. Every spear pretty much almost works on her, except for the new one. That 4-star defense spear won't work on her that well. but she pretty much fills out any pyro that you need on your team. She fits it so freaking well. Better. Sorry, hold on. Let me say this better. 100 times better than Dehya ever could. There. That's how better she is. Heck, Toma came out of Inazuma, and at the time, people was like, well, he's meh. No, Toma's good. I don't see what y'all talking about. He's meh. And then, boom, we got Dehya. Toma's looking pretty good right now, don't he? Don't he? And so I got into an argument with somebody on, not an argument, more of a discussion, back and forth discussion, about Dehya on the, what was it? It was Dehya on the banner for the picks. And I said the only reason why you should pick Dehya on that banner would be because, hey, you don't have Dehya, or you're getting her C1 and you really like her, or you getting her C6. Other than that, there's no reason in picking Dehya. Hell, you can pick Ching and still come out better. Or Chi-Chi. And, oh, well, you could take Dehya to Dragon Spine and she'll be unkillable. A mean build? Really? That's what we're resorting to?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned
Well,
that
hold
sooner
on.
or later
I'm
the
not saying
prophesied
Kaching's a
events
bad
will
choice on that. No. If anything, Kaching is like number 4 out of everybody that I would have picked. I chose Mona because I never had Mona. Out of the whole time I played the game, I've never gotten a single Mona. I've gotten one Chi-Chi before I ever got a Mona.
Thank you.
And I wasn't even upset about the Chi-Chi.
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Furina. She's permission granted.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super
Yeah, I put that in there all the time. Like, because I know for a fact, my friends who play Genshin with me know how I feel about her. Like, I've even watched multiple videos sympathizing with her to try to get a better perspective on why they could have possibly made her that bad. And it's like, no matter what way I hear from people, oh, she helps you not get interrupted doing attacks. Who really cares about that? Like, come on. And for how little it is, if it was a longer amount of time, oh yeah, respect. But it's not that long. Her skill does short damage. I'm sorry. Her skill has a short range. Who the sorry, I'm on YouTube, so I have to think Battlestar Galactica. Who the frack thought it'd be a great idea to give, oh, well, we have this one character in the previous area, Inazuma, you know, we came up with a great fox girl who has a turn just like hers, and it shoots enemies and drops down on top of them. Okay, that sounds great. What are we going to do with her? We're going to make it an area of effect turn. What? And it's going to take longer than everyone else. I did too. Honestly speaking, I almost did too. Like, I think I cursed in the last video by mistake, and I put that video completely on can't be watched. Whew. But Yeah, they need to add an 18 plus type situation thing. If I'm mistaken, there is a way to do it, but I just can't remember how to do it.
If by the phrase "you guys" you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us.
The number one thing I got from people was, oh, well, if they made her as strong as other characters, then she'll be on Archon or Harbinger level. What's Harbinger level? Because Child's technically not Harbinger level. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And you have to have a very specific 2 builds to make Alexino a Harbinger build. I doubt the Capitan be playable. I mean, the way it's looking, he might not be, from what I heard in the speculations. And yes, I don't mind leaks being talked about, because honestly speaking, that whole company's like rainwater in a bucket filled with holes in the bottom of it. They can cry all they want about leaks getting out, but y'all are allowing it, and it's no way you're trying to stop it. There's no way you are trying to stop it actively.
Huh? Why is it raining all of this?
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... what?
Ooh. Gotta drink some water on that.
Please do not be so surprised. Farina?
Nervalette, are you listening?
Ah, my apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right?
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Oh, snap. For real? See, that's what I'm interested in. That part. The ancient history of Tivat. I almost watched my TV. That's what I'm interested in. All that other stuff, slain. That's the interesting part right there. Maybe that's just me.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Yeah, honestly speaking, this, and I watched the one YouTuber who does all the videos about Alice. Oh, I love those.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another... We'll see you another time.
Like, I really do love those.
Take care.
And I would really recommend if anybody, like, even if it's like a little bit somewhat interested in, to look at that part of the lore, like, or listen to one of those videos. You just put your mind at ease and let it play while you're doing something like that. It's worth it, I promise you. Do I have enough? I do. Okay, cool. Oh. So, Claymore building. And the thing about the meta, so I don't really play, what's the name of it? What is the name of it?
Such fortunate weather. Care for a walk?
1 second. The heck?
Add Astra.
Why did I just start doing that? I've already been here before.
Thank you for complete. Add Astra.
Oh, I ranked up. I didn't even notice. How much would that put me at? Yeah, I don't use those things. Oh, my show, I said, wait, why did it say I only have 1 summon? I know I got almost 20 still saved. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Wait, before I continue the story. Back on a part of my rant from earlier. I had to shelve it. Opening characters. All the way till here. Then we got our first drops out. And I didn't get him until recently, and I still haven't. Well, yeah, I logged in once, did a pull, and got him. Still haven't raised him or nothing. But yeah, he was still pretty good too. But freaking spin it at. Spin it. Right here.
Wow.
That's when we got our next attack buffer. And she only works with other characters that are Electro. Which I don't have too much of a problem with. Well, the biggest part of her buffs come from doing her skill with other Electro characters to buff them up. It works perfectly with Raiden Shogun. And now that we have characters like her and him, perfect now. But notice how far that is. Sino is semi-okay, but you really wouldn't get that much use out of it with Sino. Zhao's still... Yeah, Zhao is still level 1. Like... still level 1. Him and Gamin. What the? I'm not doing nothing. Let me see what they want. Alright. Sorry, confuse me. But yeah, he's still level 1. Gaming's still level 1. If I'm not going to play with him, I'm not going to raise them. Or if I don't really need the summons, like the one summon you get from leveling them up. Like, even these folks are still like level 20, 25s, 40s. I think I only use the characters from here. No. Here. I don't know. She's only leveled up that high because I was using her at one point in time. But I dropped her off of my Geo team and replaced her with C6 help. And I honestly didn't use him too much until like somewhat recently after I got cooked. I just, like you said earlier, I hate the meta. The meta is like annoying at times.
Best flavor in the world? The sweet, sweet taste of victory.
I got something for them. Wait, is it that time? That's only 12. Wait, it can't be 4 o'clock in the morning now. And on every game survey, I always put it for them to buff Dehya. I even put into long details explaining what's wrong with her kids. Mainly the same thing, copy and paste, with a little changes here and there. But at the same time, it's just... So originally, my biggest problem with her originally was that she didn't react with writing Shogun. Because at first, her ult was considered an animation.
Stay close and
they silently changed that. And I didn't hear anything about them fixing it, so I continued to stay away from the game. I didn't notice until I started playing with her the other day that her punches was causing the right Shogun's this skill to react. Oh, matter of fact, let's go beat up a chicken. And I love Saya. I've been using her since the day she came out. Everybody else use Superhero. I use Saya. Oops, wrong button.
Illusion shattered.
Carving wave. Check this out. That's the mark. Need a surfboard?
There is no escape. Ha!
Woohoo!
Alright, that was on me.
that?
Okay, yeah. This is going well. This is going well. That was on me. Yeah, that was on me. I did not press that one. Sometimes I hate the PlayStation controller. Yeah, I haven't raised her yet. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Plus, am I the only one who thinks that the new artifact system isn't as good as people are trying to make it to be? So, hear me out. I'm literally holding it at that angle. So, hear me out. So, first year, second year, third year. I don't think I got the, or is that fourth year? I don't know. Anywho, so not in there. What's it here? Oh, there it is. This. I don't see why people are praising this so much. Like, you need a certain object that you can only make one yourself every 38. Sorry, my bad. Add some more days on top of that. So 40 something days? Or 40 days? Because it won't let me get rid of anything else for one. Oh, this is the system they added that you can create your own artifact. But wait, there's a catch. Getting good rolls on it is actually good. I would agree with that if I could make everything myself. But you could only make, so the first so I don't mess up my train of thought. The first two only requires one to make because the preset for the main stat is stuck. The last three, 2, 4, 3, cost those amounts to make it, and then you only get you're still paying for only the same amount for all three of those, though. It's more harder to get the better rolls for at least can guarantee. I would agree with that if it wasn't for the fact that, like, my biggest gripe with it is that the cost is so high and it takes so long where you're gonna have to wait so long to get more of them to even do these three. You can keep making these two, but to do either one of the last three, which the last one, the headpiece, is the one that matters. Headpiece, Goblet, and Sands are the three that matters the most. And say you spent all that currency for one of these. You put your perfect two subfixes, and it didn't roll at all into neither one of those two. Now, I play Honkai Star Rail also. I play Epic 7. What was the other game I play that has a system like this? I know Seven Knights did, but that game's no longer like active. Dang it, what's the name? But Summoner Wars. Even in those games cases, it didn't cost so much to do something like this. Well, Summoner Wars, yeah, because I mean that game's literally pay to win. And in Epic 7's case, yeah, you got one that you can make completely free or with minimal materials if you break down previous relic items, just like in Star Rail, without having too much to pay. I feel like the cost outweighs the benefit. That's all. I mean, it's not a bad system. Just the cost, like if these were two, these two were worth 2, and this one was worth 3, that'd have been okay. But 3, 4, 2. Well, hold on, wait. 3, 2, 2. Reason why I understand why this one is so high, this is the one that elements drop on. I can understand why Goblet is so high. because most of the time you do want that element on there on your goblet. So never mind. I understand that one. But 4 is a bit too high. Okay, now try that again and not get beat up. I might switch teams. It's like she's still not built. And I probably can live way longer with
I am
somebody
the
else.
man!
I don't even remember if I had him built or not. Yeah, let's just not.
Wait for my signal.
Oh wait, no, that won't work. Yeah, that'll work. But I'm gonna go with this team for now.
Into the wind.
Illusion shattered! Hold the line!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Attaboy!
There is no escape!
The wind knows me.
Allow me!
Illusion shattered! One with nature.
Rest and rebuild! Taurus, bring refuge!
Into the wind.
It's showtime! Attaboy!
Defense is the #1 subfix that drops on parts.
Can't catch me!
Matter of fact, what is that? It's telling me I have something done. But I already got all that. Why is it still showing up? Oh. What was this? Yeah, I mean, of course that's gonna be better. That's like my main team. Like, I mean, just putting Ito on that other team is still better because I mean, Ito is my boy. Ito is hands down the only character I actually put so much work into that I will be completely sad. And you know what? I'm not even gonna finish that statement. But I would be heartbroken if they change him in any way. Marut. Wait, is that correct? No. That's not. Okay, so I do need to move 2 of them. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And is this the right place for Ulane? I think this is it. No. Wait. No. I don't think this is it. Or have they not came out with the domain for it? There it is. Whatever. Really? This one needs fire, but the other ones need every element but fire? The frack? I'm gonna do this just to see what's in here first. If I really need fire, I'll bring it with me. Oh, this is cool.
Show me your moves.
How about this? As one with wind and cloud.
Let's roll!
That was it? That was it? Huh. Okay. I guess. Two and got a bunch of 4 stars and 1 5-star. Well, no, that was the lowest rank one, so never mind. I can't get upset at that. That was the lower rank one. No, I got one that yeah, no. Drop you.
Ready for a rehearsal?
I honestly don't like Farine. I like her character design, like how she is portrayed. Love all of that. I don't like her kit. Too much. Because Dehya propagated that whole type of kit. But maybe that's just me.
What's our objective?
What? Oh, because of those two. Whatever. Start.
Right now. Right here. Right now.
Stabilize.
Time for takeoff. Nothing lasts forever.
Solidify.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge. Yahoo!
Here we go.
Water gliding right here. Emerge right here.
Ooh. Oh, you got Farina AC1?
That's quite enough.
Oh, snap, I got beat up.
Gather! I will have order.
Lay waste to the wicked! Stabilize!
Think you can get away?
Yep, that was wasted.
Let's play!
And that was kind of bad. I lost the character. Is that good? That looks good, but I'm not sure. It's like, when apartment number triggers, versus the equipped character gains. After the equipped character triggers a reaction related to their element. Okay, it seems good. I'm just not sure who will use it. What about this one? HP on Goblet with crit damage, elemental damage. Elemental mastery. I guess. Why is that popping up on? Don't show that no more. Oh, okay.
Emerge right here.
Here we go.
Yeah, should we do this first?
Flames, purge!
This is order.
Stabilize!
Oh, snap. I'm climbing on a stupid pillar.
Dark, break forth!
Let's play! Time for takeoff.
Emerge right here.
Solidify! Order guide you! Lay waste to the wicked!
Fish is on fire! Defense. How dare you? Defense. How dare you? Like, literally at this point, defense parts dropping is like going to happen. Just It's gonna happen. Actually, wait, hold on. They'll work on the new girl. Okay, never mind. Ah, defense. How dare you? Let me go back. I guess I'll put it on my team.
Got a job for me?
But if I put it on the team,
We'll need a strategy.
I gotta make sure it stay alive.
Want me to come along?
That hatred is real. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. No matchmaking. Yep. That is so true. Alright, let me see.
Buckle up! The wind knows me.
Dawn, break forth!
Look at that. Her interrupted resistance is worth shit!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds come.
But Dehya has interrupted resistance. Freaking Kaza, her swirl took out those enemies.
Let's move out.
Hey, yo, that might work for that chick later on. You know the one.
Look alive! Allow me!
The wind knows me.
Lay waste to the wicked!
One with nature.
Hold the line! Covenants of the deep!
I cannot heal you! Look at that. She does more damage! Alright, we're at over 1,400,000. Where's the chick?
Buckle up!
I'm gonna drop it right here. Let him come to me. Hey, you see that too, right?
Look alive! Hey! Buckle up!
So her skill did no damage to do. When I say wet water can hit harder than Dehya, I am not lying. Hey, if that was anything other than HP percent, that might have been great. What? No. It might still be great. Oh, yay, another defense piece. Right. Not there. I need to go to somewhere where I can make some more of those. Here? Whoops. Oh, that automatically made me make 5? Okay, never mind. Wait, no. I was matchmade again. Alright, drop her from the team. She's useless. Useless, I say.
I guess the housework can wait.
There we go. A better fire support unit. Even with him being as weak as he is.
Check this out! Supporting fire!
The wind knows me.
Rest and rebuild!
As one with wind and cloud! One with nature! Don't get too close! Damn you! They can be no excuse.
Oh crap! I need to move back. Whoa!
Time to go.
The wind knows me.
Hold the line!
There we go.
Bring refuge!
this out.
Look at that. His kick. Fucking. Looking. Cool. Thomas kick from his skill killed one of them who was on death's door, but Dehya couldn't do it with her skill. Alright, enough of the hatred for one day. It seems like my hatred is making me get bad pieces.
Allow me!
Here's backup! Waste to the wicked!
Alright, you go ahead and explore that.
Clouds high, the birds come!
Thank you for sticking around as long as you did.
Rest and rebuild!
Don't get too close!
And I hope you can fool her too.
Dawn, break forth!
But what is up with these pieces? Like they're all trash. Well, not all of them. Most of them are.
One with nature.
Hold up! A freshman!
Fire it up! I got you covered! Dawn, break forth! Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me. Don't get too close!
Allow me!
Defense again, bruh. Like, what is up with these defense pieces? It's making me start looking at 4 stars.
Rest and rebuild!
Check this out! Supporting fire! One with nature! Lay waste to the wicked! Clouds high, the birds come! It's fine. The wind knows me. I got you covered! Flames, purge!
Allow me!
close! One with nature. The wind knows me. Time to go. Check this out! Fallen leaves, adorn my night! One with nature.
Allow me!
Don't get too close! Here's backup!
Hold the line!
Woo! Whoa! Whoa! Ah. Whew. Woo! Whoa! Whoa! Ah.
Stay close and you will live.
Didn't keep you waiting, did I? Yahoo! Rest and rebuild!
Lay waste to the wicked!
Brace yourselves. Think you can get away?
Dawn, break forth!
escape!
Yahoo!
Shine down!
Let's play!
Flames, purge!
There is no escape!
Lay waste to the wicked!
Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
Dawn, break forth!
Yahoo!
Illusion shattered!
Flames, purge! Dawn, break forth!
Rebuild!
Shine down!
Think you can get away?
Dawn, break forth!
Hold the line!
Illusion shattered!
Let's play! take off.
Lay waste to the wicked!
There is no escape!
Flames, purge!
I guess the housework can wait.
Wait for my signal.
Got a problem you can't solve? Clue me in. Fracture! Yeah!
Fire it up! Our bond is strong!